over that time, he's managed 6 aces. Donk has played 4 majors, and he already has 7. He's the second highest of all time, Magis being the most with 9. Right, so you know, this is kind of wild what Donk's doing.
An ace per best of 1
well, so far, yeah, and now he goes in the best of 3s today. So if he keeps that up, look, that ain't going to happen.
No, but imagine.
And if it does, well, he's going to continue to blow our minds, just like he did to kick off 2024. But we're about to get this one underway. It's the Battle of the Green Logos. Imperial taking on Falcons.
Objective Falcons is just remember who you are.
Yeah, and let's see if they're able to put on anything as dominant as what we just saw from Vitality.
Right.
It's Mirage, so it won't be as clean. Oh, Cello gets dirty early into the underpass, and a quick click from Kixon removes the head of the most emotional piece of that Imperial roster. He's really a talisman. Once he gets going, if he's warm, Cello can heat up, but if he's starting slow, could be a real worry.
We'll try and find a way back in. It's Kiasuke that gets spotted out in Palace. So they're confirming a little bit of an idea as to where the spread of Falcons is. Monacy gets another one. So this pistol has come to them.
Now it's just about finding the close, right? So looks like they still want to be jarring to try and grab something back over towards A ramp. No way can set up try with the dual Berettas, but Monacy will not be there to receive that. So it is, at the moment, looking like Vinny's the next to have the door knocked upon. Just a reminder, this is Kiasuke's first major.
And, you know, the do it for him angle, maybe that's something to get the boys a bit more juiced up and motivated.
Well, I like that Zonic is happy to play along with the community sentiment. It's something that's had to happen. Zonic's been under an awful lot of fire, but he's the winningest coach as far as majors are concerned. There should be some respect on his name. But
we saw the interviews when they asked, you know, best coach or GOAT coach from all the players in attendance, and I mean, his name was very much in the hat. Him and Blade were the 2 names on most people's tongue.
Yeah, and we'll just have this one. Oh, I was going to say putted in. Vinny's very low, though.
Yeah, he's tapped a lovely couple, but it's not going to lead to much. No way in that 1v3. Kiasuke is disconnected. He's got the flank, trying to lock the door, but Kixon will beat him to the punch. Lovely 3 kills from Kixon in the pistol. That's going to feel good.
Some smiles on some faces there, so going to be happy with this. They don't need any more radar screenshots, do they? But it's something that I think if you're Falcons, you have to lean into, right? This is one of the things when you're this team, this organization. There's a lot of pressure on the namesake, and if things do go against you, which from time to time they do, that's a nice second shot from Vinny, isn't it? Then you lean into it, right? You're going to have to be the butt of the joke. It's better to own it and embrace it than it is to try and fight against it. Absolutely. Because we've seen what teams who have tried to do in the past, it just gets worse for you. The odds provided by our official betting partner, and you can just see how heavily they do favor the Falcons in this. It will be the force buy back for Imperial. So Bay were able to win one against Vitality. Let's see if Imperial want to kick off their best of 1 in the 1-1 bucket in the same way. Remember, trying with the scout. We've seen this one before.
Oh, he's a sharp shot. Certainly he has... he's no stranger to giving himself heavy criticism. He's got high standards for himself.
Oh, they are starting to regroup into an A execute, and the thing that I'm looking at right now is the positioning that was just highlighted there by our ops team. You take a look at Cello and Skulls, who are both playing towards connector. If it's an A execute and you're not playing in the site with numbers, balcony, under balcony, towards the goblin box or default, they execute in, you're going to be playing back in through smokes. And when you're on a force buy, that could come in your favor, but they don't even really have any flashes at all to try and pipe through.
Feel like a save unless like a 5-7 from stairs does
exactly.
Something.
And look how good this utility is.
Yeah, job done, right? Like, as in you can walk on out now. CT's the main threat. Jumping around with their MAC-10s, trying to make sure that those rifles are safely escorted in. It's Monacy bringing that bomb in last. And you've even got CT control. So for Falcons, this could not be a smoother start to the second round.
Yeah, simple understanding of what to do here. Now it's about how much can you hold on to, or how much can you take away.
Not playing scared. His Tessus nade with tries name on it. Does another bit of damage, puts him down to 44. Unlikely he leaves, but maybe baits into the CZ. They're all congregated for a bit of a swing with the pistols. Tessus does spot the whole squad. It's now Kiasuke up to bat. Should be able to get himself up a couple of kills. Does deliver 3. Oh! Shot from Vinny in combination with Try. They don't really have the time for this, but it is making it more costly than they would have liked. Falcons going to be left with a bit of a sour taste in their mouth.
Okay, can Kixon track down Try? Knows he was towards CT. He's going to back off, obviously, towards Market. Famis in hand and can't remove it. Try's going to get to hold on to this AK.
Okay.
So could have been worse, could have been better. I think if you're Falcons, the fact that you go up against the Force and you win the round, you get the conversion. That's the tick in the box that you're looking for. Now it's just about getting past this booby trap that is the AK-47 carried through. So yeah, a little bit shaky for a moment, but Kiasuke just delivers up a triple. Okay, well, now starting heavy towards A this time, so no way towards window. Everybody else towards A. You might try and claw in towards apartments or a ramp, try and activate this AK. And you can see Skulls, he'll be playing first, so try and trade off of him. We get the fortunate factor of the radar. We can see nobody's home. They're infesting quite heavily over towards middle and the B apps. So could this be telling of a B split? Ideally, you want to avoid that AK if possible, or if not, make sure you're in a position to trade against it. You don't want any sloppy pathing, because a double kill against the AK, or even some of these pistols, we can see P250, 5.7, and even a Deagle in the mix, as they are starting to reroute now. So started heavy A, now moving over towards B, and that B split starting to take shape.
Okay, layer of flashes. Good catch. He's actually onto the 2 players, tucked on Van. Tries AK. Needed. Needed.
Wow.
Kiasuke, just immediate deletion. Just what you wanted to be seeing if you're a Falcons fan. Double kill from Kiasuke to stop any sort of funny business on the B bomb site.
There's something with these matches at the Major, right? Especially when you get to stage 3, there's an anticipation. And that's the key. That's why people tune in, because they want to see the biggest names, and not only that, the biggest personalities. These orgs, some of them like a Na'Vi at every single Major, but then you have players like a Kiasuk who comes onto our screens. He's being touted throughout the start of 2025 to be the best thing since Donk, who happened in the year before. And maybe he hasn't been able to deliver in the same fashion, but he's still extremely gifted. And he's in a team with a lot more firepower around him, right? A name like Nico and a name like Monacy, 2 absolute bona fide superstars, and then you add a third into the mix. It's Nico, the elder statesman, who's having to take a little bit of a back seat in some of these key positions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, this is a fast A split.
Fast one.
They're just going to pop through this con smoke.
Oh, wow. Nico does not mess around. Catches Skulls on the swing. There's one back. It's good for Cello. Try is in Palace.
Need to reset the round now.
Yeah, Kiasuke's got something big here. Nice flank, nice headshot.
Look at Clinical!
Look at him go! Just extracting brains from Skulls, 2 gone. And just like that, what was going to be a really awkward round becomes something a bit different. Monacy's going to be running that bomb through T-spawn.
Yeah, as he should be, right? Because you know that Vinny's a B defender. Kiasuke's got the rotations cut off. If Kixon and Monacy just partner up and all they have to do is find, I know it's all they have to do, is be able to deal with Vinny where they were believing on B, they should be in. But really playing this one slow. You know where one of the 2 was, but now Try definitely could have evacuated. He could have even opted for a push through. But he's going to play over towards Ticket. Vinny's going to be floating in CT spawn. Kiasuke still with his rotations. He's going to puff up his chest. He has already made the round-winning play. Now it's about keeping the comms flowing in his position. Vinny now partners up with Try, and they're trying to search him out.
Yeah, his double kill has already won them the round. And not to know that, of course, understandably, taking their time on the pathing. Don't want to be walking into an AWP, losing that bomb. And now Kiasuke maybe is caught out. Is he tucked? He won't be visible. Vinny could still catch him. Kiasuke finds his 3rd. Vinny caught walking through the jungle. That's an impactful round, just as we were discussing his kind of rise to fame and the Major rookie.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't know what this kid's ceiling is. I don't think we've seen it yet. Whereas Donk's, we've seen because he's shattered all expectations. Doesn't mean he can't go higher. Donk is the highest level of any individual that we've seen, right? Obviously, Zywa and Simple are very good as well. But what Donk did at that Katowice, the way that he just turned heads, right, especially as a rifler. And we are seeing that as we mature into CS2, it's no longer an AWPer's paradise. If you want to be an AWPer, you need to be elite level. But that is beautiful, so steady. Right, the aim on point. This is what you love to watch. And from a young man, he is delivering like, yeah, he's another one of these kids who goes out there and goes, yeah, no pressure. Yes. And he's one that you have to believe because they do deliver. So great little start here, 4-0 for Falcons. Partial buy back in. And the board was wiped. Skulls are nowhere yet to get going in the frag department. But we might just have another clinic on display, but it could be in a different fashion. Not in terms of perfect pathing and util being picture perfect. It is looking like it could be something that is just packing a punch.
And Falcons packing a punch with Kiasuke at the helm is kind of exactly what Zonic would be hoping to see. Just kind of waltz through this one. I thought it was interesting the way like Zach had approached it, where he said like, yeah, well, we found out that we weren't in the same category as Fury yesterday, and Falcons kind of are. So, you know, like that's not only realistic, but it does simultaneously apply that little bit of pressure. You know, it's like, well, Fury threw us around, so if you don't, you aren't.
You're not as good as them, huh?
Yeah, right.
Well, if Hong Kong didn't tell you that. Falcons still really looking through their breakthrough, and opening kills coming their way again. So,
Okay, a little bit of something from No Way. The individuals can definitely shoot. No one's denying that. There's a reason they've managed to fight their way through Stage 3, pick up a win in Stage 3. But for Falcons, they're trying to return to, you know, normality. A little bit of a slip up, one best of one.
When I look at the playoff bracket, if you are guaranteed to get yourself Furia, Vitality, Falcons, and Mouse, those are the top 4 names that you'd expect. Then the names that you would want should be Spirit should be the next one out of anybody's mouth. I was pretty high on G2 because of that Blast Open London win, and I've actually really liked what I've seen since this roster's come together. I rate players like Matters, Heavy God, Malbs very highly. So if they're able to show good form and get to the playoffs as well, then those final 2 spots, if you get Na'Vi and you get FaZe, you have all of the massive organizations in attendance. As, well, spreading in for this mid-control on the CT side. They've got information, but if there is a quicker move over towards A, they might just find themselves completely out of position. Cello Skulls heading in through CT, but they will be asking, has anybody slipped out? Are they ticket? And there's no way. I don't think he has the best of timings right now.
It might be like out on the side before he gets there. That's if they take quite a quick pace here. They are now throwing out their util. m0NESY full blind, removes try, but No Way will punish. Catches Kiasuk, bits the bomb loose. Now suddenly a bit of a panic sets out in the Falcons comms. We've got to focus on that. Kiasuke focusing on B. Up and over, Tessus adjusts nicely, removing that threat and
now you can go back.
securing the bomb, and you might want to because Kiasuke's just said B's clear. Yeah,
so that tells you that that flank informed them that it was just full information for Imperial.
How far did he go?
Well, you know it's the stack now, so maybe they just want to finish A and have him clear out the back line.
Kiasuke go kill. And that means he knows there's one ramp as well, because that you don't throw that nade for no reason. In, listening, fragging, it's perfect. There was a real opportunity. No Way finding that flank, getting the bomb loose for a moment of chaos. Skulls is under a lot of pressure and gets brought down. So a nice one. You can see that Kickson, that one means a little bit more than the previous. Just seeing his boys work wonders, and it looks like Zach does want to take a timeout after that one. Probably a conversation to be had about these gaps.
You feel so bad if you're Skulls in that situation because you're the A anchor. So you're like, I'm the last guy. They know that I'm here. Everyone else was here. They know that I'm here. So they will find me, as they are just getting ragdolled right now. So both coaches with an opportunity to get on the mic. For the newer viewers, maybe not too familiar with Zach, he was once upon a time in a major grand final. That was PGL back in Krakow in 2017 with Immortals.
Everyone's favorite major final.
Yeah, going up against Gambit. That's one of those ones that was a crazy result, right? It was one of those majors where you go, okay, hold up, how did any of this happen, right? So Zeus got his major there alongside of the Vadozia, Mo, Adren, and of course, Uncle Hobnob.
Shout out to Hobnob. Nice Damian.
All right.
That's an auto shotgun.
That is an auto shotgun.
Usually you enjoy these.
I do.
Don't know if Try's going to enjoy this. A flash, a nade, and a headshot onto Kiasuke. Tell a lie, he's having fun.
And making money.
Yeah, money short, but Kiasuke put in a grave. That's his 4th death, and it's to a shotgun. They've got him boxed in. Massive Tessus, ooh, could have got the double. They're unable to find that second on the spray.
Now, there's a real shot within this round. Not only the number advantage, but it's the first time Imperial have found the opening kill.
All right.
So sure, it's not a full buy, but let's see if you can work into action. Or m0NESY, Kickson, and Nico combined. Can they bail them out? They've heard that deep smoke over towards the B-Ab, so they know that they're fully entrenched with control. Now it's just about trying to find the path of least resistance. You've still got over a minute on the clock. You've got a decent amount of util between these 3.
Are they hedging B? No, it's a 2-2 split.
The biggest gap right now for Imperial is if there's a play through middle, right? Up short or even up through connector. But as we can see, going back through A. So Cello and that of Skulls partner up. Skulls will jump spot. Cello will be the unknown piece.
You could soften him up if he gets a good HE timing towards Tetris.
Skulls must have seen him. He's no longer jumping.
Yeah, Nico, he's processed that now. Nate's not quite going to hit the money on the mark. This is a good util combo.
Get out of there.
Oh, that's perfect. That's forced into the AWP.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we can all add to our repertoire.
But Cello, unknown piece. Remember, he's still here.
He's sounding like he's overlooked. He's hearing these footsteps, but he's not going to be too quick. Waiting for that bomb plant, waiting for that round-winning kill.
Time.
Nico's pathing just to the side, and he gets a free frag into the back of the head.
Can't plan.
Oh! Kickson saves him with a wallbang headshot.
Got a plan now, Kickson.
Get it in. Got to get it in. m0NESY plucks the jumping No Way. Do see the plant go down in time. Can't really deny it from Try. Up on the stairs, tracks the first onto Monacy. Kixon has to save him now. Try comes in, but Kixon hits the shot. Falcons, a bit of sweat on the brow in that round. Gets very chaotic. Try, he comes down to a 1v1. He opened up with their first opening, couldn't find their first closing.
Yeah, I think that the kill there is obviously Kixon with the wallbang. Because if he doesn't get that, with the time that's on the clock, they're in so much trouble. So this is, well, not the opening exchange, but the one that does really tip the tables. This is a great combo. Flushes out Skulls. He thinks he's just going to stab it towards Ticker, but they still have a boatload of util. Cello activates, kills Nico. Kixon gets the trade back so he can plant. And then Try gives it his best, but 7-0. Guns back out for Imperial. Remember, that last round was their first round with an opening kill. So we'd love to see a rifle round start in that fashion as well. Try with 7 kills, 4 for No Way, 3 for Vinny, 2 for Cello, 1 for Skulls. So this top mid space for Kiasuk and Kixon. No information play for Imperial on the CT side.
Yeah, Kixon's got 2 smokes here, so he'll be able to kind of act bigger than he is.
Okay, so it's a fake window smoke and top con smoke. And then it's going to be a B pop. But I think they were just blocked over towards... Oh no, B smoke fading, excuse me.
Kiasuke to flash him in. It's Tessus that's going to be layering that on top and running out. Nico has that bomb.
Vinny won't get blind here, I don't think.
Strafing out is Tessus, caught by No Way. That's the trades you want to see, though. Nico not going to let that death of Tessus go untraded. And a save is the only option.
Yeah, that's 0 to 100, right? You're sitting in your spots, everyone's calling what's going on, and then next minute, everyone's in your face. You both be defenders are down there, and they get 1 kill. You're not even getting slowed down, so the rotation has time to get there.
So quick.
Just
like,
over.
What's the comms? Like, at that point, even...
They're coming B.
Even the professionals, it feels like B, 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 B.
And that's it, right? Yep. And then Vinny probably goes save because he sees nobody floating close. If there's a third piece to either have assistance or find that gap to try and cause a little bit of chaos, maybe there's a way in. But this is another clinic. So this will be 8 consecutive rounds now. If you just missed the Vitality game, there was a whole lot more of this. It was just going through the motions. I was calling it live dry running.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? You kind of wanted to see this if you wanted to see a competitive major along the stretch. Falcons... Sure, it wasn't the best start of a win streak on Ancient Broken. You do get put down, but Vitality lost a phase on Nuke. So if you want to say that you're on par with Vitality, you pick up a 13-2 here.
I think also what is a positive sign is it's the kick in the pants immediately, and it's one that has the lower stakes. Now it's going to have massive ramifications to how the bracket unfolds.
True.
But if both Vitality and Falcons are able to go 3-1, then there's still a chance that the bracket does kind of start to fill out and populate in a way that could be. I don't want to say favorable because all games in the bracket, but favorable in terms of getting spicy matches in the semis exactly. and lining up for a great final, as opposed to just having these super stacked quarters where it's like, you've got Furia versus Vitality and Falcons versus Mouse, and then maybe on the other side, let's say you had like Na'Vi versus FaZe, right? And they get like a freebie through to a quarter. You want it to be equally matched, but how you place throughout this stage will determine how the bracket looks. So that is something to keep in mind with those upsets on day number 1. But either way, this course correction, if it continues in this direction, is beautiful, right? This is exactly what you want from favorites.
That's if it continues. I understand that if is doing a lot of work there because Imperial and 8-4 half is available. We just need to see more evidence that they can pull it off. An opening kill, perhaps. Looks like there's a big pressure onto the A defense. Skulls on top of the ladder, has that little elevated angle with his Orpa holding ramp. Cello will be summoned over as the util sails in. It's Monacy that's going to be throwing out that stairs and jungle util set. Blocked on ramp. Do you still go? Yes, you do. Skulls, nice tracking. Lovely work, that 1-2 punch. Skulls and Try defending the A site valiantly to get Imperial started. Another one. Layered of flashes. Missed shot from Monacy. Skulls leaves with a double kill. Try the same. And Tessa's just with it all to do in the 1v5. So round 9 is where Imperial come online.
Okay, so they can salvage 4. This was the conversation in the Vitality game as well. Sorry to rehash a lot of this, but it is almost identical, right? Does it get a bit loose towards the end, right? Or is Kixon able to keep them restrained and leashed and focused in on the goal at hand, which is getting this done as quick as possible? Well, the next couple of rounds will be very telling of that. And I think that he's got wilder horses right? If you were
Yeah, sure.
if you were comparing stables, Apex is a well-tamed, well-trained.
Oh yeah, you could do like school trips with the Vitality horses, but
These ones they're naughty boys sometimes.
yeah, you know, it's probably not best idea. Trying to keep a leash on the Falcon individuals.
So Tessus and Kiasuk in through underpass. Late window utility being thrown out now by Kixon. They did search towards A, right? They tried their luck, they kept the pressure on. But this is another CT setup where there's no info. So if there is just an execute and it is into B, Vinny and Noe are in trouble again. The rotation is miles away. They're not playing for info, they're not clamping down on mid, they're not grouping up on a timing as Falcons are taking mid control. I say that, Skulls is gravitating over. That'll give a third piece. Try might come towards window. So they are leaving a gap on A, but you do need to take these type of moves. That's what the best teams in the world are up to. So looking for a fight now.
Yeah, full team effort. Molly makes life uncomfortable for Kiasuke. Doesn't look too uncomfortable for the first. Trade provided by Skulls. It's Tessus that's hoping he gets overlooked or can catch No Way, just glancing towards under for answers. Vinny beside him as Bomb is maneuvering towards that unguarded A site. I say unguarded. Skulls did just have a little passing glance.
I'd call it unguarded.
Yeah, okay, good.
I think you're bang on.
It's really going to be a waltz into the site for Monacy and Kixon.
So Tessus getting forward too.
Down, though. Sure, it's info, but it is going to be a man advantage, and Try will get his eye to the scope. CT just going to sweep through the site, may catch Nico's exit if he doesn't nail this. I think he may have got the info on the jiggle.
Time the problem.
Flash and out. Time an issue for sure, and multiple bodies on the screen. Kixon does go down, and it does look like it's going to be another problem for Falcons. 10 seconds, Bomb needs to be picked up. Nico 10. Is he going to make a play for this? Does take the jaws, and he takes the transfer. That's nuts.
Mate, he had the plan.
That's insane. The fight's come to him, but I don't know how much that fight was even brought to him. That's just a little pixel on the transfer.
I still just don't quite understand it. He had to get the bomb and plant.
What?
Right? There was 8 seconds left at that moment.
Yeah, you could be like knife out looking at a wall.
You let him make the move. By the time he picks up the bomb and goes back to the site, there's probably 5-6 seconds. So
the uncrouch is, foolhardy from Vinny. He wants to make sure that Skulls gets traded, but time was there.
Yeah, I don't want to be critical, right? Because they're already getting owned and they're making the play, but Nico is the one who had everything to do. And you gave him the one thing he wants, heads-up Counter-Strike.
But, I mean, we all agree that that's like, there's only a handful of players that are going to punish that.
For sure, right? Okay. It was very good.
But still a mistake, an unforced error.
You gave it to him.
Yeah.
You gave him the opportunity to put his aim on display.
And that's if Counter-Strike is many things, but one of them is just punishing those mistakes. And the very best players are the very best at doing so.
Well, this is the thing, right? It's a mistake because it didn't work. Otherwise, it looked beautiful. Oh, they double swung and they traded.
Oh, yeah,
great.
there we go.
Right? And it's clobbering time as it looks like it's back to those swift winning ways. Just going to be Vinny. As he lobs his way out window. Got the first. They're just going to waltz in towards B now. So Monacy and Nico just going to partner up and look for the close. So Monacy will cover Cat. Vinny is going to rotate back through Market. Nico has to worry about the play through Underpass and B apps. And that'll be that.
Got it.
Okay, 10-1. It's good that it's quick.
Yeah.
Not if you're an Imperial fan.
But if you're a best of threes fan.
They're coming up next. And there'll be no more best of ones of the major after these conclude. We also have a match going down on the A stream right now, casted by Harry and Hugo. That's their second for the day. They saw Mongols take down FaZe, and now they are covering Na'Vi versus Pain as Try has found another opener.
Oh, and Tessus has managed to find a rebuttal. Cello was just kind of caught in the middle of nowhere there. Didn't anticipate just such a kind of a unprovoked walkout ramp. And Kixon is very confident that there's no one going to shoot him in the backside here, just walking into B. Look at this pathing, the conviction behind Kixon.
Think about the constriction now of those rotations. The fact that he's able to press up this far, and look at all the nades that he has, right? At this moment, he can just, he obviously wants to get the jump on them rotating in, but if he just smoked this off, as soon as Tessus is close with the, oh, well.
Yeah. And then they glance. He did miss his shot. It's
all
not
right.
The end of the world. You still now know, okay, we can't go short, but we could throw a smoke and maybe we could build on the back of that. Vinny working on an apps flank. Noah did push forward of that.
Kiasuk has been caught, needs to smoke this off. So many nades just to block. This is crazy.
They're just going to run through.
They have to.
And that's exactly what Vinny tries to do.
Ah!
Suke takes 2. A third from Kiasuk. Falcons having a lovely feast.
Mate, he was just under pressure, getting shot in the backline, then just steps up and gets 3 massive kills. Modesty closes it down. The scoreline is 11-1, but Falcons on the road to recovery. The 2-1 bracket awaits, and this is the Falcons that everybody wants to see.
Looking to put Imperial down into the elimination game tomorrow, and they're doing it rather quickly. Trying to build up that momentum as well. You know, this is that static start, that static friction, overcoming that and trying to get himself into playoffs.
We're on the B stream here, and it stands for beating to kick off the day, doesn't it? Vitality owning Bay, and now Falcons doing the same to Imperial. 11-1 if you missed it. You're tuning in. You missed a couple of stylish moments there from Kiasuke, looking very sharp, 17 kills in total, at the tippy top of the scoreboard. But it's been a relatively good team effort. Good calling from that of Kixon. Everybody maneuvering across the map, and when called upon, have hit some very nice shots. This pistol will get the job done.
Let's see if they can get it. Block smoke, Skulls doesn't choose to engage as Nico's tap that starts us off. Monacy, though, he's in the perfect position to farm up a couple. Double kill from him, chipping in. It's just try. And try as hard as he might, they won't.
Okay, Force playing out the game now.
Get her done.
These are 2 of the biggest stomps in back-to-back fashion that we've casted. We've casted some stomps. We casted the FlyQuest versus Fluxo 13-1 on Overpass. We did a 13-2 yesterday, which was Na'Vi versus Furia.
Yes, that was a dominant one, wasn't it?
Right, so there have been some real dominant games.
But I mean, that's what this major's about, right? It's like kind of, you know, you use the term sifting for gold. And now we're just trying to forge that gold into, you know, a trophy and a champion.
Well,
remove the imperfections.
Without a doubt, we've had the best of the best, right, throughout the season. We've seen them in finals, right? Furia's late surge is the most impressive, but Falcons have been in a bunch of finals. Everyone knows that hasn't gone their way. They haven't gotten what they needed. You could go back to the one they won with Degster, but that's a completely different roster to this one now. I don't think we'll be counting that. They're in a similar conversation for Mouse, but where Mouse has discussed having no aura, Falcons has a lot of it. Right, these are very popular players, household names, and you wonder if or when that time comes, or will they just continue to get painted with the choking brush? Will that perpetually follow Nico? Tessus goes down for the opener, so there is a little something in this. Kiasuk getting one back, and I think he's just...
he wants to fight.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
He's not playing scared, and nor is Skulls actually just jumping out and trying to bait them into that jump up, but Kixon happy to oblige. Looking like this might be a 13-1, folks. It looked like that a long time ago. Don't know why I'm saying that. Like, that's just... We're just realizing that. But yeah. maybe there's something to be said with this Cello. Did he get spotted? Yeah, surely Nico knows. Cello does too. Kiasuke, though, is the one you have to get past. And try. Oh, God, this is the perfect amount of ammo to body shot him through the wall. Of course. Picks up the scout to try and finish it. Oh, and he does just nail it. Kiasuke, that's a big one. That's going to be a feel-good game. You can see that, just like a Sonic, the proud father, just looking at Kiasuke saying, thank you very much.
Okay, well, 21 kills for him, just a casual day at the office, and plenty more Counter-Strike to come from Falcons in this major, you'd hope, as the loving embrace of Sonic there. You only get those at majors. You got to work hard for them. And now it's just one best of 3 separating them and the playoffs, which is where this team belongs at a minimum. You've got Falcons